will induct
Debra Janora. Debbie will be escorted by Leonard Janora and presented by G. Luber.
Okay, I'm channeling Joni tonight, I hope, so I can do her proud. I told Greg before when we were having dinner that I was nervous to do this, and he just told me to picture a certain person naked, and I'd be okay. So now you can all wonder who he told me to think about. Specs on here. Debra Janora had no idea her bowling career started long before she was born. Her dad, Richard, was a pin sticker and foul line judge at the age of 11, working at Corpus Christi Lanes in Buffalo. But let's fast forward. Debbie remembers going bowling with her parents, Dick and Ellie, but was too young to bowl. At age 11, a friend asked her to come to Christie's and watch her bowl. The coach asked if she'd like to join, so the following week, with her parents' permission, her career started. She ended that season with a 68 average. The following year, her sister Cindy was bowling, and at the young age of 4, her brother Kevin also loved bowling. The coach said Kevin could bowl as long as he could roll the ball. It was a great year for Debbie because she was bowling with her sister and younger brother, and also improved her average to 128. So her dad says, let's take a look and see how you're doing. Needless to say, she's rolling the biggest backup ball. And when Dad saw that, well, he says, what the heck are you doing? You can't bowl like that. Debbie thought she was doing great. As she worked on changing that bad habit, under her watchful eye of her dad, she greatly improved. At 14, Debbie joined the Orange Crush Traveling League, averaging around 145. That's when the bowling world opened for her and she was hooked for life. Debbie bowled in high school at Mount Mercy, winning several individual awards and first place team honors. Then on to Canisius College, where I met Debbie as part of the first graduating class of phys ed majors at Canisius. And Debbie became the first woman to bowl on a men's team. There were no women's bowling teams, but according to the newly established rules, she could bowl with the men, except for one tournament, the Association of College Unions Intercollegiate Tournament. In her senior year, Debbie put together a women's team so she could bowl in this tournament, and she sincerely thanked these girls for giving her the chance to bowl in the event, win it, and then go on to the nationals, giving her the opportunity to represent the United States in the World Cup in Manila, Philippines. Debbie finished 9th in the world that year. She said it was the biggest highlight of her bowling career, just like being in the Olympics. After graduating, Debbie coached the men's and women's bowling teams at Canisius from 76 to 78. In 76, the men's team represented the Eastern region at the national tournament in Oklahoma. They were ranked 10th nationally, which was quite an accomplishment for a team that was only a club sport at the time. Her bowling was then put on hold when she started raising her family. Debbie's adult career began with a phone call from the late Hall of Famer Arjuna Wright, who asked Debbie to bowl with her in the classic mixed trio at Rockmont on Friday night. Debbie was traditionally a classic 3 bowler. She fondly remembers bowling on Tuesday in the classic women doubles with her partner James Latano, who taught Debbie the calmness of the game. The more people Debbie met, the more she used her knowledge and strength to learn about the sport. In 1979, Debbie won the Buffalo Women's Bowling Association singles title at the 636 step and all events championship of the 1796. Her 767 set in 1983 was the high set in the BWBA and second high set in the U.S. State Women's Bowling Association that year. She again won the BWBA singles title in 84, and in 85, as the New York State Women's Bowling Association's 50th annual tournament, she won the Class A Division All-Events title and was a member of the championship team. The 1987 BWBA championship team was composed of Kim Kenyon, Debbie, and 3 of our other Hall of Famers, Doris Coburn, Cindy Coburn-Carroll, and Peggy Kuhn. Debbie also won the Buffalo Queens title that year. In 1990, Debbie's next major accomplishment was being inducted into the Canisius College Athletic Hall of Fame. She was recognized for basketball and volleyball, being the first person to get a scholarship for volleyball, and of course bowling. She's still the only person to be inducted into that Hall of Fame for bowling. Debbie continued her excellent bowling with a 300 game in 91 and 92. In 95, she had 2 300 games and one in 2006. She was the 1999 kickoff tournament champion and was selected as the Erie County Suburban WBA's Bowler of the Year in 2000 and 2001. She and her partner, Kathy Geisler, received national recognition in 2004 for the 15-29 set, with Debbie rolling an impressive 8-16 series. Unfortunately, Debbie stopped competing in the state and local tournaments due to her work schedule and also to concentrate on her children and their many sporting activities. Both her children, Danielle and Lenny, are accomplished athletes. Danielle, a performer and dancer, also was on her school's track and volleyball teams and was inducted into the Iroquois Hall of Fame, with many of her track records still standing today, while her son Lenny was a standout volleyball player who was invited to the Olympic Training Center for the junior volleyball team. Debbie had a few memories she wanted to share with us. She and I recall her trying to teach me to bowl in the long hallway of a Holiday Inn in Troy at 2 in the morning, the night before a tournament, with her brother's old 8-pound ball. Debbie had pulled together a team including a few phys ed majors. PE majors should know how to bowl, right? This one. To make matters worse, I was left-handed. And when the hotel guests complained, because we cared deeply for our alma mater, we told them we went to Erie Community College. And how about the time she almost got kicked out of a bar when she ordered scotch and Coke? Joelle and Lang would order the Coke and Debbie would order the scotch, and Sue Leffler would mix them together when the bartender wasn't looking. Bowling also helped Debbie with her driving instructions. Anytime someone would ask her to meet them, she'd ask them which bowling center it was near. She didn't usually get lost, but if she did, she'd just go to her home away from home, the nearest bowling alley. She remembers seeing the entire Chopin Singing Society from Buffalo on the steps of some castle in Miami because her mother told her they were going to be there. For those of you that don't already know, Debbie's mom is Ellie from Ellie's Deli. I think every bowler in her league at Rockmar, including our friend Joni, gave Ellie an order for pierogies, and Ellie would bring them in the order in the following week. They were considered a real treat. Something you might not know is that Debbie has a bowling ball collection circling a tree on her front lawn. One day she saw a van pull up and unload a few balls onto her lawn. When she asked the man what he was doing, he said his wife told him to do it because she didn't know what to do with them. Debbie very nicely said, "Thanks, but please don't bring me any more." Before they were married, Debbie's grandmother threatened Lenny, saying, "You better let her bowl or else." Lucky for all of us, they never got to find out what or else was. Debbie has 30-plus years averaging over 200, with a high average of 223, a high game of 300 with a total of 5 perfect games, and a high series of 816. Well, Debbie, this has been your bowling life so far, and I know you have a lot more to show us. You have some great accomplishments and wonderful highlights in your bowling career, and we are proud to have you in our midst. Debbie Janora, you are hereby forever enshrined in the Greater Buffalo USBC Hall of Fame.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't need this. It's so great to see so many people I haven't seen in such a long time. Matt and Annette Marzek, I started bowling with them in Corpus Christi. In fact, her father was the man, Frank Kaptarowski, that actually got me to get Kevin to start bowling. He said, "Oh, if you can roll a bowling ball, just bring him down. We don't care. The more kids, the merrier." And I have Jane Ratano here, who's my first doubles bowling partner. She's on this side. My Jim Wolf, my next bowling partner, is over here on this side, my president one. And I have another partner, my summer one, Brad Johnson. If it wasn't for bowling, never would have met you, Brad. Love you. I'd like to first thank the Greater Buffalo, I want to say Bowling Hall of Fame, but it's what, USBC Hall of Fame, for inducting me into the Hall of Fame. It's a great honor. I'm very happy and I'm glad for this award. I want to thank my family for being here. Table number 8, my entire family. My husband Len, he's not a bowler. Oh, hi Len. He's not a bowler. And he's been very supportive and encouraging. Watch the kids when I bowl for my team. And in your bag, and take care of them. And my kids, they're both from my daughter, Janora, and my daughter, Janora, both in town, from New Jersey. They just really encouraged me to me, but I'm glad that they were able to do it. My son, when he was 2 years old and he was learning to talk, he wouldn't say mama. I kept saying, Mama, please say mama. So one day out of his mouth comes bowling ball. So for about 2 weeks, my name is bowling ball. They didn't know mama. Oh, Lord, yeah, it was fun time. And I have my cousin Michael here. He's probably only left him bowling today. I'm not bowling right now, but I know he'll be bowling Sunday, Michael. Actually, it's ironic because he bowled in high school with Brad Kazuski. Brad Kazuski and them bowled in high school together, so that's kind of cool. And my sister's here. She bowled for a while, but then she kind of went into other things. And she's here with her son, my godchild, Jesse, and his girlfriend, Devin. And of course, everybody knows Kevin. Kevin, let's see. I think he was probably the first person that I really ever did see bowl, but in the house. He had little cups, and a little bowling ball, and it was the job of me and my sister to set up these little cups so that Kevin could bowl all day and all night. So, little Kevin, yes, he was little. And on Saturdays, his favorite program was Beat the Champ. And of course, Mr. Nin Angelo was on forever. So Kevin became Mr. Little Nin Angelo. That's all he did was bowl, and he imitated Nin Angelo, Yuzolowski, Joey G, Jimmy Schroeder, you name him, he was imitating them. So that's why we had to get him bowling. So I want to make a toast, that's why I brought my drink up. Toast to my family and my daughter, who when she was little, when we said cheers, she always thought we were saying chairs. So to my family, cheers. Now to my friends, my family of friends. These are my best friends. These are people I grew up with. These people, really, they don't bowl either. They're not bowlers, but we get along really well. So I want to make a special toast to you, to my friends, as we always say, Nostravia, or English.
Nice driveway.
So here's to you. And my chicks, my girlfriends, when we go out, everybody's always so jealous because we're just always having such a good time. So our favorite saying is, don't hate us, because you hate us. Okay, so let's see. This is the part where I have to read because I didn't memorize this part. It is always an honor to be recognized for something that has brought a tremendous amount of fun, friends, and accomplishments. From my neighborhood bowling center, Corpus Christi, all the way to Manila and the Philippines, and every bowling center in between. A sport for all ages, all abilities, and one that has given me what everyone wants out of life, to be loved and recognized. This is my legacy. Thank you for all the memories and for this extra special one. And congratulations to all the other inductees. Thank you so much.